Well, we're just stuck in this traffic. I'll just tell you a little bit about Mercedes-Benz. I worked for Mercedes-Benz for 5 years. I had a lovely time. It was great time. I had a great team, and the product was fantastic, second to none. New product coming out all the time. If anything went wrong with the Mercedes-Benz, it was, at one time anyway, it was come as a shock to you. You'd never see your customers again. Now, in contrast, full disclosure, my favourite cars are Range Rovers to drive around in now, perhaps followed by Mercedes-Benz. So I was using an E-Class, an E350 a few weeks ago. Beautiful car, it was great. Chap bought it, he couldn't pick it up for about a week, I think. So he just sat there on the forecourt. We washed it, and he took it away, and the next morning he rang up and he said, there's a warning light come on the dashboard. We actually delivered it. We delivered it to Manchester. It drove fine all the way there. And the next morning he went out in it, and a warning light came on. And I think it was an EGR valve, £890 for the part, and then fitting. And of course that's down to us. We've sold it. We have to sort it really. He booked it into he went straight to the local Mercedes garage. The car was 3 months out of warranty, and the Mercedes garage said that shouldn't go wrong. I'll speak to Mercedes, and I'll see what we can do for you. Now, bearing in mind that when a dealer like myself takes a car to a garage, they don't want to help you at all. They don't want to bend over backwards. They probably want to crush the competition, I don't know, but they don't normally help. This dealer did, and he saved us over well over £1,000, which was great. Now, in contrast, as I say, my favourite car, Range Rovers, we don't get very many problems with them. We had a beautiful Range Rover which belonged to my friend from New, had a full service contract from New, was serviced in December. We sold it in April, I think, and a week, perhaps 2 weeks after the warranty ran out, something went wrong with the suspension. Our customer had only had it a week, so I rang his local dealer, asked them to ring me back. They didn't ring me back. Rang them again, still didn't ring me back. Rang again, didn't ring me back. And then I actually, by accident, went through to the wrong department and got hold of a young lady called Colleen, and she was absolutely brilliant. Nothing to do with her. She took ownership of the problem, went down to the service department, sorted it out for me. I got the car booked in for my customer. So I said we'd put a warranty on the vehicle. It was booked in. This, bearing in mind the suspension's wrong, and this is a Land Rover dealer. It was booked in for 3 weeks hence from reporting the problem. Now, that was May the 22nd. It's now May the 31st. I'd assumed that it was all done and dusted. My customer phoned me this morning to say he'd taken his car into Land Rover, and he hadn't heard a thing from them since. I rang them. Apparently the car's ready, but they've just not rung him back. That's the difference in service sadly, between Range Rover, who make fantastic cars, and I love them, and Mercedes-Benz. And to be fair, Land Rover and Range Rover, they really want to kick up the backside. The same car, while I was using it, a warning light came on the dashboard, and it was the airbag warning light. I booked it in again. I think it was 2 weeks before I could get in for an airbag warning light, bearing in mind that that's part of your safety systems as well, so that's not very good. Took it in the morning, didn't hear anything the next day. Now again, they don't know whether I've got another car, whether I'm waiting at work for them, but they never rang me. So I rang the next morning. We'll get back to you. never rang back. So I rang at dinner time, what's happening to the car? Well, it'll be ready to pick up at 3 o'clock. Put the phone down. 10 minutes later, I got a phone call ringing about your Range Rover. It's ready to collect now. So I went to collect it. Told them I was there. They forgot about me for an hour. The girl who I'd spoken to was going on a lunch. I thought I was still in the queue waiting. The girl was going on a lunch, and she realised I hadn't been seen to when she was walking past me, so she went and got somebody. Again, I probably waited about another half an hour, and they came to tell me that they'd fixed it. And I said, what's wrong? What was wrong with it? What did you repair? And they said it was a loose connection under the seat. So I said, right. So what was the fix? Oh, he said, we just put it back together. So I said, well, surely it's just going to work loose again. If it's loose now, it's going to, and next time it'll be out of warranty. But the worst thing was that it took them 2 days to basically push a connection to. The inside the car was filthy where they'd been working on. I'd left my jacket hanging up on the back, on the hook. That was chucked over in the back of the car, all crumpled up. And it just really makes me despair. The motor trade these days. I've just filled in a questionnaire for one of my good friends who's quite high up in the motor trade and likes to keep his eye on everything. And I think that the motor trade attracts dross. It attracts people who don't really want a job or don't really want to work too hard, like the idea of driving around in new cars and drinking coffee all day. Same with a service receptionist. If you get somebody who can't even be bothered to put a stamp in the right place, on the right page, the right way round, then that person needs to be out of the dealership straight away. Because if he can't be bothered doing a simple job like that, what's the rest of the people like? It really, I've been in this job for 48 years. Started cleaning cars when I was 12. I helped out in the showroom selling them and accompanying people on test drives, and you know, things have changed for the worse now. They really have. Cars have got more complicated, and you know, we really need to get back to being professional, treating people with respect, ringing them when we say we're going to ring them, and looking after somebody who's just that Range Rover was £70,000 and they won't even ring you back. Anyway, enough about that. Enough about the moan.